Hello everyone, I hope you all are good and enjoying your online classes and learning from these classes also. So today we have started our topic GST. Our today's topic is GST. Okay? Because in this chapter we are going to learn about the accounting procedure of GST. So before starting the accounting procedure, first we need to get the meaning of GST. Before meaning, first we need to learn the full form of GST, that is goods and service tax. So students, you all have heard the name tax. Okay, it is called kar in Hindi. So GST is first of all I will explain you goods and service. So goods, it means product, and services, we all know that whenever anything has been done for someone with charging some amount, that is called service, and on both these goods and service a tax is imposed, and that is called goods and service tax. Okay, and in short we can say it GST. So students, GST is a indirect tax. So students, first of all we should know that what are indirect tax. Two type of taxes are there, direct and indirect. Two type of taxes we have in our economy, direct and indirect. So students, what is direct tax? Direct tax is those tax which is paid by the person on whom it is imposed. Okay, it is directly charged to the person who is liable to pay the tax. For example, income tax, wealth tax, because it is directly imposed to the income of that person, and only that person will pay the tax of his income, and that is called direct tax. Okay, indirect tax is that tax which is imposed on someone and partly or wholly paid by another person. Okay, it is imposed on another person, on one person, and wholly or partly paid by another person. That's why it is called indirect tax. Okay, now it is levied at prescribed rate. Students, just what is the meaning of levied? As we use that interest charged. Okay, so charged word is used for interest, इसका मतलब interest लगाया गया, and here for tax it is the word is used, that is levied or imposed. Okay, it means the means of charged, levied or imposed is same, but for the tax the word we use, that is levied. So it is levied at prescribed rate. It means the rate of tax has been already prescribed in our act, GST act. Okay, so on prescribed rate it will be charged or it will be levied. Okay, on every supply of goods and services, goods और services की हर एक supply पे. So what we understand by supply of goods? Supply of goods means sale of goods, and supply of services means rendering of services. Okay, so on each sale of good and on each rendering of services on at a prescribed rate, the tax is levied, and that tax is called GST. Okay, goods and services tax. So students, this tax based on the principle that is one nation, one tax, and GST Act was passed on Parliament on 24th March 2017, and it is affected from 1st of July 2017. Means from 1st of July 2017 it is affected all over in all over India, or I can say it came into affected from 1st July. Okay. So students, I have told you that this tax is based on the principle one nation one tax, एक राष्ट्र एक कर. So why this principle has been declared for this tax? Because it have merged the central and state tax. It means there are so many taxes that has been levied by central or state governments, and now all those taxes are merged into a single tax, and we are calling it as GST. So if we are talking about central taxes, then it was excise duty, service tax, and central sales tax. So before GST, these taxes were levied by the government on the public. Excise duty, service tax, central sales tax, now all these taxes are merged into GST. And if we are talking about state taxes, then it was purchase tax, entertainment tax, VAT, that is value added tax, luxury tax, and taxes on lottery. So all these taxes were the state government taxes or state taxes that has been levied on the public before GST. Now all these taxes are merged into GST. Okay, and we have also some tax rate structures. It means we have already studied that there is a prescribed rate that has been already prescribed in the act, and these rate structures are: first, essential items including food. So 0%. Okay, the tax rate is 0%. After that, common use item, it is charged as 5% tax. After that, standard rate, that is 12%. Next one is maximum goods and all services, standard rate, that is 18%. On luxury items and tobacco, it is 28%. So the maximum rate which has been imposed as per GST is 28%. Okay, so GST is paid on purchase of goods. It means it is paid when we purchase the goods. Okay, and it is collected when we when we done the sale of goods or services. So GST paid is termed as input GST. It is termed as input GST, and the collection of GST or the GST collected is termed as output GST. Okay, so students, when we are going to pay GST, it means we have done the purchase and it is called input GST. And when we collect the GST, it will happen only when we do sales, and it is termed as output GST. Okay, so students, the paid GST, it means input GST, can be set off from collected GST, that is output GST. So let's understand this statement with the help of an example. A purchase goods for rupees 1 lakh and sells the same goods to B for rupees 1,50,000. Okay, and GST rate is 12% for such item. So here A is purchasing the goods for rupees 1 lakh and sells that goods to B for rupees 1,50,000, and because it is the same goods, so our tax rate is also same. Now we should know that how the set off can be done. Okay, so first we will calculate GST paid by A. Okay, on purchase, GST paid by A on purchase. He has purchased rupees 1 lakh goods and the GST was 12%. So 12,000 is input GST because it is GST paid. And now we will calculate GST collected by A from B on sale, that is 1,50,000 into 12%, and that will become 18,000. It means our output GST is rupees 18,000. So students, when A has purchased the goods, he has to pay 12,000 as tax, and when he sold that goods, he has collected the tax of rupees 18,000. So it means there is a balance of 6,000 that A has with him, because for tax he has been paid rupees 12,000 and for collection of tax he is receiving rupees 18,000 from B. it means there is a input credit of rupees 6,000 with him that he has to pay to government. Okay, it means 6,000 A will pay to government as GST. Okay, so students, this was the example of set off of GST. Now we'll come to the types of taxes under GST. Okay, so we have three type of taxes which is levied under GST. That is first, central GST. Okay, second is state GST, or we can say it union territory GST. If it is levied on the state, then it will said as state GST, and if it will levied on union territory, then it will said as UT GST, that is union territory GST. Okay, and the third one is integrated GST. So this one in short called CGST, SGST, and it will become IGST. So students, state GST is levied when the transaction has been happened between the two dealers within a state. For example, A sold goods to B. Okay, so here A and B both are belongs to a single state. For example, A and B both are from Rajasthan. So this transaction or this sale of goods has been charged under SGST, state GST. Okay, it means whenever there is a transaction within intra-state, then it will then SGST will be charged on it, and whenever any transaction has been happened interstate, then IGST will be charged. Okay, for example, A sold goods to B. A belongs to Rajasthan. A is the dealer who is living in Rajasthan, and B is the dealer who is living in Delhi. So they both are from different states, so on their transaction IGST will be imposed. Okay, so students, these was the basic introduction of our chapter GST, and after in the new session or in the new video we will carry on the accounting procedure of GST. Okay.